afternoon everyone, my name is April Marie Ginilias of BSBA 4A and I'm the second reporter of Group 10. The report is all about activities incorporated in the organizational development strategy. The activities that may be incorporated in the organizational development strategy are summarized here. The first is action research. This is an approach developed by Lee Win 1951 that takes the form of systematically collecting data from people about process issues and feeding the data back in order to identify problems and their likely causes. This provides the basis of an action plan to deal with the problem that can be implemented cooperatively by the people involved. The essential elements of action research are data collection, diagnosis, feedback, action planning, action and evaluation. And I do a research about this. There are components of the action research model, and the first is the problem diagnosis. The organization development process begins by the recognizing problems. The method of diagnosis usually takes from the form of data gathering, assessment of costs, and as well as initial investigation to ascertain options. And is feedback and assessment. The feedback and assessment step often involves proper investigation of identified problems so that there is a deep understanding of the challenges at hand. These include an appraisal of documents, focus groups, customer or employee surveys, hiring consultants, and interview current employees. Information gathered is used to re-evaluate the challenges in the first step. Third is planning. Once organization defines and understands each challenge, an action plan is put together. The plan lays down on all intervention measures that are considered appropriate for the problem at hand. Usually, the measures include such things as training seminars, workshops, team building, and changing the makeup or structure of teams. Additionally, measurable objectives which define the expected results form an integral part of the overall plan. Is intervention and implementation. Once a plan is in place, the intervention phase commences. Since the organizational development process is complicated, implementation process are a key element of the model. As an example, if the training classes are prepared over other methods, test results will form the basis upon which the training process is evaluated. The objective at this point is to ensure the required changes take place. If not, it is the case. Feedback is assessed and used to bring about the required change. Fifth is evaluation. As soon as the intervention plan is complete, the outcome of the change in the organization is assessed. If the required change does not take place, the organization looks for the cause. Adjustments are made to ensure the obstacle is eliminated. And lastly is success. Success denotes that the desired change took place. A proper plan and efficiency standards are put in place to ensure that the new switch is sustainable. Ongoing monitoring is needed to ensure that implemented changes last. Furthermore, as market and organizations change, new problems can arise, leading to the push for further development. Great organizations evolve continuously. The second in the activities incorporated in the organizational strategy is survey feedback. This is a variety of action research in which data are systematically collected about the system and then feedback to groups to analyze and interpret as the basis for preparing action plans. The techniques of survey feedback include the use of attitude surveys and workshops to feedback results, discuss implications. Third is intervention. The term intervention in organizational development refers to core structured activities involving clients and consultants. The activities can take the form of action research, survey feedback, or any those mentioned below. Argyris, 1970, sum up the three primary tasks of organizational development practitioner or interventionist as being two. First is generate and help clients to generate valid information that they can understand about their problems. You, as an HR practitioner, you should understand and help your clients to understand about their problems. Second, create opportunities for clients to search effectively for solutions to their problems, to make free choices. So you can help your clients to create their opportunities to search their solutions for their problems. Third is create conditions for internal commitment to their choices and opportunities for the continual monitoring of the action taken. So you can help them to continual monitoring their action taken about their problems. Next is process consultation. As described by Shine 1969, this involves helping clients to generate and analyze information that they can understand and following a throughout diagnosis, act upon. The information will relate to organizational process such as intergroup relations, interpersonal relations, and communications. The job of the process consultant was defined by Shine as being to help the organization to solve its own problems by making it aware of organization process of the sequences of these processes and of mechanism by which they can change. Next is group dynamics. Group dynamics, a term coined by Lewin 1947, are the process that take place in group that determine how they act and react in different circumstances. Team building interventions can deal with permanent work teams or those set up to deal with projects or to solve particular problems. Interventions are directed towards the analysis of the effectiveness of team process such as problem solving, decision making, and interpersonal relationships, a diagnosis and discussions of these issues, and joint consideration of the actions required to improve effectiveness. Next is intergroup conflict interventions. As developed by Blake, Shepard, and Mouton 1964, this aim to improve intergroup relations by getting groups to share their perceptions of one another and to analyze what they have learned about themselves and the other group. The other groups involved meet each other to share what they have learned and to agree on the issues to be resolved and the actions required. Next is personal interventions. These include sensitivity training laboratories or T-groups, transactional analysis, and more. Recently, Neuro-linguistic programming or NLP. Another approach is behavior modeling, which is based on Bandura's 1977 social learning theory. This states that for people to engage successfully in a behavior, they first is must perceive a link between the behavior and certain outcomes. Second, must desire those outcomes. This is termed positive balance. And third, must believe they can do it. It terms self-efficacy. Behavior and modeling training involves getting a group to identify the problem and develop and practice the skills required by looking or videos or DVDs showing what skills can be applied. Role-playing, practicing the use of skills on the job and discussing how well they have been applied. The next is integrated strategic change. Integrated strategic change methodology is a highly participative process conceived by Worley et al. 1986. The aim is to facilitate the implementation of strategic plans. The steps required are: first, strategic analysis, a review of the organization's strategic orientation, its strategic intentions within its competitive environment, and the diagnosis of the organization's readiness for change. Second, developing strategic capability, the ability to implement strategic plan quickly and effectively. Third, integrating individuals and groups throughout the organization into the process of analysis, planning, and implementation to maintain the firm's strategic focus, directing attentions and resources to the organization's key competencies, improving coordination and integration within the organization, and creating higher levels of shared ownership and commitment. Fourth, creating the strategy, gaining commitment and support for it, and planning implementations. Fifth, implementing the strategic change plan, drawing our knowledge of motivation, group dynamics, and change processes, dealing with issues such as alignment, adaptability, teamwork, and organizational and individual learning. And lastly, allocating resources, providing feedback, and solving problems as they arise. That's all about my topic. Thank you for watching.